Scott and Harvey are the two 800-pound gorillas in the business.
Right.
How do you define your role as a producer when you're working with someone like him?
Well, I mean, all jokes aside, to be honest, I took a deferential position because I respect Scott's pedigree. He's worked with this kind of material for decades. You know, I'm kind of just, even though I've been in the business for a long time, I'm just beginning my producing career. It's only been like 5 or 6 years, so I have tremendous respect for someone like Scott. He brought Sorkin with him, and they had a very close working relationship. So we kind of like let Scott do his thing with the screenplay, and then in a ridiculously short amount of weeks, Aaron produced her first draft that was the product of kind of Sorkin and Rudin hot.
Who dealt with David every day?
Well, when David came on during development, it was mostly Scott. Scott kind of delivered the first draft to me and Dana as the other producers, but we read it at the same time as the studio and loved it and kind of thought we should just shoot this first draft. And then once Fincher came aboard, Fincher has a producing partner named Sion Chafin. So between, you know, kind of Scott presiding over casting and Dana and I just kind of, I'm going to say notes, but it's so silly. Like our notes were, "Wow, this is great. Let's just go make this." So that was our contribution to the script. David was dealt with on a day-to-day basis by Sion, who works with him as his producer.
I mean, you think that guy's a 400-pound gorilla? David,
right,
is an 800-pound gorilla.
Right. Because it was such a dream team, and David agreed to make the movie for the price that Sony felt comfortable with, and everyone kind of agreed to reduce and work with him.
Which is under 40 million.
Yes. Is that what they're saying to you? Because I'll back that up if they're saying.
I get it. Glad to hear that.
40-ish.
Okay. Does that mean 50 or does that mean...
No, it doesn't mean that.
It means under 80.
Right. But I think we all, after David came on and it became a real movie, you know, then we all started to speculate of like, you know, we all love this passionately. I wonder how commercial this is going to grow to be or get to be.
Were you worried about the opening weekend?
I always worry about every opening weekend. You know, you always take tracking with a grain of salt. But we had a handle. I thought the campaign was brilliant. I really thought that, and that was done with a lot of input from David and Scott. And I thought the people at Sony did a great job. So I think once we started seeing the trailer and TV spots and had a good sense of our weekend, we started to feel good.